Hi, in the nick of time. How's she doing?
She's not feeling so hot, but what it was because we thought maybe ear infection or something. They checked, and she's got a big sore in the back of her mouth, like where her throat is, and so yeah.
Antibiotic type treatment, or?
No, unfortunately, no. It's just a pain, like ibuprofen and all that, and so it's control. Really because she had a little fever and she was refusing to eat or drink, and it turns out the reason why is because it's very painful for her to eat and drink. So
like a canker sore almost.
Yeah, but it's about the size of a dime and looks really mean.
Oh, so I've seen those.
It's more of a viral thing than a canker sore.
Oh no! Can you put like Ambisol or Child's Ambisol on it?
Not really at her age. It's more you gotta give her pain meds, and then like probably she'll just be eating popsicles and stuff for a few days, but. At least, you know, it is what it is.
My God,
she's had those before, so.
Oh no, I feel for her. I know what those actually feel like. And
yeah.
They're not fun.
Oh, they're not fun at all. Feel badly for her.
Sorry to hear this.
All good. All right, you ready to get started?
I'm just gonna get my capo on. We can start.
No problem.
Okay.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody! We are going to get started with a song about how good it is for us all to be together this evening. Hine Mato.
Hine Mato, Umanai, Shevitahim Gayata. Hine Mato, Umanai, Shevitahim Gayata. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. Hine Mato, Umanai, Shevitahim Gayata. Mato, Umanai, Shevitahim Gayata. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleichem. How good it is. How sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine Mato, Umanai, Shevitahim Gayata. Hine Mato, Umanai, Shevitahim Gayata. Shevitahim Gayata. Shevitahim Gayata.
We are going to turn to page 138 in our Siddur, in our prayer book, and with that, we're going to sing a song called Hadodi, and this song is about how when we experience Shabbat, it's a festive, it's a joyful occasion. It's like almost being like at a wedding where we watch God and Shabbat come together and create this amazing union, and we all get to be guests and witness that. And so we're going to do verses 1, 2, 5, and 9 on page 138. Please join us.
Adonai,
Shabbat nekabela.
לקראת שבת לכבודך כי בכוח אביך מראש מקרב לסופה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה להדודי לקראת קלה יאללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה להדודי לקראת קלה יאללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה התעוררי התעוררי תברך קומי אורי גורי גורי שירה בי דבר אדוני עלייך נגלה
להדודי לקראת קלה יאללה יאללה יאללה
בני שבת נקבלה להדודי לקראת קלה יאללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה
We're going to rise and face the entrance to greet Shabbat.
בואי בשלום הדרך קלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה תחנה על סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה
You may have a seat. And I love seeing so many kids here. We love it when kids come to Shabbat. And to make our Shabbat even more friendly for kids, we have now, starting this week, right outside of our sanctuary, what we call wiggle bags, which are, if the rabbi's sermon is a bit long and boring, some never happens, we have little bags for your kids or maybe for adults with short attention spans to look through and play with, and you can just make sure you put the stuff back in the bag afterwards so that we can give it to another kid next week. But that is something that we're doing to make our Shabbat services more accessible and kid-friendly, because we love when you bring your kids here. I want to give a shout out to Tamara and Lana back there who helped put those together. I think I covered it pretty well, but Lana, is there anything you wanted to add about the wiggle bags that No, okay, I covered it. Okay, just wanted to check. And so, sounds like I got it covered. So we are going to now bring light into our Shabbat, and I always like to pick on people, you can say no, of course, who I really want to recognize for good contributions. And I see my friend Rebecca Gutierrez back there. You have been volunteering in our office, and today I saw answering phones. Would you do us the honor of lighting our Shabbat candles this week? Come on up, Rebecca. And you know what? Any kids, how about you light the match, because kids lighting matches doesn't always go well. That's what our many attorneys on our board have told me. But any kids who want to come up here for the lighting of the candles also, how about you come on up, kids? Any kids that want to help us bring some light into our community. Rebecca's going to strike the match, but we want you up here, kids. You bring us a lot of light. You can bring a grown-up too if you need one. Come on up. Good to see you kids. All right. Rebecca, if you would please do us the honor. Cool hair. I like that hair. No. We'll leave the blessing. Don't worry. Sometimes you might need to relight it if it burns out. Okay, you got it. String together.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר של Shabbat.
Thank you all kids, and thank you Rebecca for all your volunteering. We appreciate it. You can return to your seats, and we are going to turn to page 146 and rise for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu. We're going to turn to page 148. And did you know there is a blessing for darkness? Why? Because darkness helps us. Without darkness, how could we see light in our world? How would we know what daytime is? How would we know what light is? And so not only is it great that we have darkness, it's great that God gave us the ability to tell day from night and to see creation as the sun sets. So how about we read together on page 148 the English translation of our blessing. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzivaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on the evening.
Baruch atah Adonai, Hamarim Aravim.
We are going to turn to our maybe most important prayer, the one that talks about why we exist and what it is that we believe, how there is one God who is everywhere and who reigns forever and ever, something that for thousands of years we have continued to believe in this one God who will always exist. Page 152, Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאור על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתיכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
One of my favorite holidays is Passover. And the reason why for me is that it connects so much to memory. I have memories of finding the afikomen when I was a little boy and getting $1 from my dad for doing that. And I remember all the things that we would do around the Seder, and also the lame jokes my dad would make and still continues to make every single year at the Seder. And there's so many things I remember. And the thing is, like, Passover is actually the most widely observed Jewish holiday for that reason. People connect it with memories because it is something that we have celebrated generation after generation, going all the way back to the time of our exodus from Egypt, celebrating the Seder celebrating Passover in one form or fashion. And so that is one of those traditions that we hand down, Lador Vador, throughout the generations, from generation to generation. And with it also, the value of the importance of freedom and the importance of standing up for those who are in need of freedom. And likewise, for over 3,000 years, we've passed down the song of freedom that we sing, the Mi Chamocha. And so I hope you'll join us on page 158 as we sing it, and remember how Miriam sang it as well.
She sang a song, sing a song, and around and we've exhausted. Men and women dance and dance the whole night long. Malchutecha uvadecha, bakei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Ze'eli anu v'yameru, she sang a song, sing a song, and around and we've exhausted. Men and women dance and dance the whole night long. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
One of the things that I like to think about as a Jewish person is who out there could use our help. Today, several members of our community and I got to go to the Capitol building here in Salt Lake City and talked to our representatives about issues that mattered to us. And one of the things that we talked about over and over again was providing support for our state, providing support for those who experience homelessness and hunger, and what we could do to help those people. That's such an important value in being Jewish, is thinking about who is vulnerable. And with our prayer, the Hashkivenu, we think too about perhaps who's unsheltered, who is not going to bed in a peaceful place today. Folks in Israel, folks who have been living under the terrorism of Hamas in Gaza, who are now experiencing war, people in Ukraine. Who is it in our world? Which children in our world are not going to bed in a peaceful place or feeling secure? And how can we perhaps make their lives better? And so with the Hashkivenu and with the very end of that prayer, we ask God to spread a shelter of peace over all of those folks and over all the people of Israel as well.
Baruch atah Adonai, hapores sukkot shalom aleinu, hapores sukkot shalom aleinu, yakol amo Yisrael ve'al
Page 162 at the top, we learned that more than the Jewish people have kept Shabbat, it's Shabbat that's kept the Jewish people.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרידלה. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורות המרידלה. Yuvim b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam, oti le'olam.
V'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidorot ha'merid-olam.
Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et hashabat, la'asot et hashabat lidorot ha'merid-olam. U'bayom ha'sheni Shabbat ha'nafash, Shabbat ha'nafash, Shabbat v'yinafash, v'shamru b'nei Yisrael et HaShabbat, la'asot et HaShabbat lidorot ha'merid-olam.
We are going to rise for the Amidah, page 164.
Tiftoch ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק, ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל, ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מחכה חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממי ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
We continue silently on our own on page 172 through page 180, or you can use this as an opportunity for your own prayers and thoughts of reflections and blessings of gratitude. And whenever you are finished, you may be seated.
the meditations of my heart be acceptable in your sight, O God, my rock and my Redeemer. Amen.
At this time, we're going to turn our thoughts to those who are in need of healing of the mind, body, and spirit, and those who are in a period of recovery as well. This one. And so, to do that, we are going to turn, if you have a Shabbat handout here, to page 16 for a prayer for healing for those folks.
Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Mishavena Pimatein, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, and Rachel. They, the one who blessed our fathers, they, the one who blessed our mothers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer. Hear our prayer and bless us as well.
This week we think of these members of our community and their loved ones who could use a prayer for healing. Gitalea bat Masha Hana Haravi Hudale ben Dina, Iron Israel ben Rachel, Daniel Meir ben Haya Etia, Baruch ben Sarah, Ikefega bat Gittel, Gila Haya bat Mordechai Leib v'Gilalea, Yehuda ben Hana, Tova Hava bat Haya Rachel, Chaim Yosef ben Shenalea, Shmuel ben Arielev, Sarah Bell, Chrissy Shetreat, Vincent Shetreat, David Dowsett, Yitzhak Vigilski, Rona Kipper, Fran Lappin, Tanner Light, Megan Magleby, Penny Spector, Adina Stern, and Judy Wolf. And if you have a name to add, I'll invite you to do so when I look in your direction. Go. Miriam Rivka, Margaret Gregg, Nan Bill Gerson. And if you are watching on our live stream, I'll invite you to share a name as well.
Bless us with the power of your healing. Bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Misha berach avoteinu, Avraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov. Mishavena Imotein, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, and Rachel. May the one who blessed our fathers, may the one who blessed our mothers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
And as we've been doing since October 7th, we would like to offer a prayer for the state of Israel. Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel, and strengthen the hand of those who defend our Holy Land. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Let us say, Amen. And also as we've been doing, we hope that the ultimate outcome of this war will be peace, a lasting peace for us, the people of Israel, for the Palestinians, for people in the region, We hope that one day soon we will have peace and no longer no war anymore. Please join us in singing Ose Shalom.
Ose Shalom Bivrocha, Uyase Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael, Ve'imu, Amen. Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael, Yase Shalom, Yase Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Yisrael, Imeru, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
One of the things that I love most about Shabbat is knowing that I'm doing something that has been, in my family at least, for many generations. Maybe that's something also that you feel. Or if you came into Judaism later in life, knowing that you are doing something that your people have done for many, many generations. And so with that, it really, the quote for me from the Jewish theologian, Ahad Ha'am, really speaks to me, which is just as Shabbat, as Jewish people have kept Shabbat, it is Shabbat that has kept the Jewish people. That really, without us keeping Shabbat each week for generation after generation after generation, but also Shabbat being there, there'd probably be no Judaism today. There'd probably be no Jews today. That's something special for me. And like I was talking about earlier with the Passover Seder, I love knowing that when we make matzo ball soup or something like that, maybe you feel this way, you're maybe using your grandmother's matzo ball soup recipe, which she maybe got from her grandmother. And this matzo ball soup recipe has been passed down throughout the generations. And for me and my family, like I said, my dad tells terrible jokes. If you're watching, Dad, your jokes are terrible. And yet there's the same jokes every single Passover that he makes. Every single time, for instance, that we open the door for Elijah, and then we close it, my dad stands up, looks panicked, goes like this, and says, "That Ganav stole my wallet." And he says that every single Passover, and it's never funny. But after my dad's no longer with us one day, my brother and I will probably start telling that horrible, terrible, not funny at all joke that nobody will laugh at, that our kids will roll their eyes at, because it's tradition. And it's been passed down throughout our family. And really, we, the Jewish people, are the people who pass things down. Like, even the word Hebrew, the root of that word, ivrit, in Hebrew, Hebrew is ivrit in Hebrew. The word ivrit, it has the same root as the word to pass, over. That speaks so much to us. And according to our tradition, not only did we receive the Torah on Mount Sinai and pass it down from generation, but that there was a second Torah that was given to us, what's called the Mishnah. And it was whispered to Moses. And Moses then whispered it to Joshua, who whispered it to the next person. And this was whispered and whispered and whispered for about 1,700 years until somebody actually wrote it down. And finally, one of the things I get to do as a rabbi that I love so much is officiating weddings. It's one of the best parts of being a rabbi, is being a part of people's stories on maybe what might be the best day of their life. And often what I see at weddings that couples ask me to acknowledge or something is something like the bride wearing a necklace that has been worn by every bride in her family for the last 5 generations. Or this is the chuppah that my grandparents were married under, and that my parents were married under, and that we're going to be married under, and God willing that our children will be married under. That idea of collective memory and passing something down, l'dor v'dor, from generation to generation, is so important to us. And when we look at this week's Torah portion, the very beginning of it talks about how above the tent of meeting as the tabernacle is being assembled, there should be a light that is always on so that we remember God's presence. And then it says right after that, and this should be the case for all of Israel until the end of time. Look what's above our ark. We have what's called the Ner Tamid, the eternal flame. And if you come here at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, don't, because you'll get arrested probably. But if you were to come here at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, that light is going to be on. In fact, on the back of our of the ark here, for the switch that controls that light, there's tape over it to make sure that people don't accidentally flip it. That light is always on, and why is that the case? Because the Torah says that that light must be on in the place where we keep our Torah scrolls, and that it must always be like that through the end of time. Now, things in Judaism do change, and I'm a supporter of that. I'm a supporter of the fact that we have female rabbis now, for example, or that women can read from the Torah. Because, after all, not only is that the right thing to do, is it really serving the Jewish people best if we say 50% of our potentially phenomenal rabbis aren't allowed to be rabbis because they're women? That seems not in our own best interest as a people. So sometimes things change, and things change for the better. But also, it's important to hold on to certain things because that's what connects us to where we came from. And so this is what our Torah portion talks about this week. And this is something that we see. Who would have thought? How many people are around, like groups of people are around, or religions are around after 4,000 years? But we see that this commandment that we received over 3,000 years ago, that says you must do this throughout the generations till the end of time, is continued today. And I love as well that it comes from light. That we keep this light burning. I know, by the way, that in 10 years, our city is going to be hosting the Olympics once again. And one of the beauties of the Olympic torch is as it's going throughout the world, every single light that's passed connects to that very first light. And there's an idea of continuity. And so think about for yourself, what traditions do you have that you're passing down? Or in a Jewish context, what are you passing down to future generations that maybe has been in your family since the time of Sinai? And how do we, maybe even as we change, continue to keep a light burning and continue to be connected to where we came from? Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I want to thank you all for being here. And I believe we had a dinner beforehand, correct? I'm sorry that I wasn't there. One of the joys of having a toddler is visits to urgent cares for stuff like ear infections and stuff like that. You all have been there. And if you have kids, you know that the joy of that. And so I missed out on dinner. Apologies. But thank you to the volunteers who helped put that together. I won't name names because I'm not sure who all did that, but I don't want to leave anyone out. You know who you are and know that I'm appreciative of you. And thank you as well to the Salt Lake City Police Department, who as always are here keeping us safe. And I want to also acknowledge our staff I see here today. Danny Berman, our Executive Director, Tamara Kipper, our Rafi Schwartz Religious School Director, Lisa Kaufman, our Director of Membership in the Office, Lana Stoddard, our Communications Director, and Tracy Plotkin, our Religious School Assistant Director. I appreciate you all. And from our Board of Trustees, I see Melissa Jensen here. Melissa, did you want to make any announcements? You're welcome to come on up. Yes, it's up here. I don't want to make you walk more than you have to.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
We're so glad you're here. Thank you for coming. Thank you to Rabbi Spector and Cantor Brown-Levy for leading us tonight. I'll just go through a few things, but I also always like to point out, just visit our website. It's all there, and there's definitely something for everybody. Our next Coffee and Community is this Sunday at the Neighborhood Hive. It's just a really casual setting to get to connect with other members. And I think the rabbi will be there too.
I'll be making a brief appearance before I come to religious school.
Yeah, so we hope to see you. Our next Tot Shabbat for the littles, which is a great event, is next Friday at 5:30, so come back for that. The religious school is hosting a trivia night fundraiser on Saturday, March 9th. And Tamara works so hard and would love you all to come and also help support the school and the great work she's doing. It's $20 per person or $75 for a table, and babysitting is available, so you can really come and enjoy. And you need to register, so please do that. And then Purim is coming up next month, which I unfortunately will not be enjoying the way that I like to. But, you know.
What do you got going on in the next month, Melissa?
So you all must come and enjoy it for me. But fulfill the mitzvot of Mishloach Mano, which is sending gifts, and Matanot La Evionim, giving to the poor, as we raise funds to send Purim goodies to each member household and support the Frieda Schweitzer Mobile Food Pantry. And we're also holding a pre-sale for Hamantashen, and volunteers have been baking like crazy, and it's delicious, so place your orders in advance. And then we need volunteers to help with soliciting ads for our 50th anniversary. We're doing this great membership directory, and we'd love you to put an ad in for your family. Some families look back over 10 years, and each year they've put a family picture and thank the congregation. It's beautiful. And then lastly, send your child to Jewish summer camp. It's right around the corner. If you don't, you're going to be like 3 weeks into summer and wish you had. So, keep that in mind. We also know that it has such an impact on our Jewish youth, and they feel more connected to Judaism through this. There is, I think the key thing is that we have a scholarship program supported by Kol Ami Trust and the congregation to help send our Jewish kids there. So please reach out.
Every kid a scholarship who asked for it. All you gotta do is ask.
Yeah. So really take advantage of that. So thank you again so much, and especially thanks to our volunteers, our donors, our members, and all of you for showing up. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Jackson. Melissa, thanks for all your leadership and for doing your part personally to help grow our religious school and it's Jewish summer campus. All right. Thank you, Melissa. And we are going to be now turning to the closing part of our service with the Aleinu on page 586. I'd love to invite any kids to come on up here to help open our ark. Again, if you need to bring a grown-up with you, that's totally fine. But kids, let's see, I think we still have a few kids in the house. I'll let you self-identify as a child. Come on up, kids. We won't force anyone. Come on. All right, come on up here. We are on page 586 at the bottom of the page as our kids take the scenic route to the Bema. Come on up. Keep coming. You're doing great. Come on over here. And as we open our ark, I'll invite you to please rise. Come on over here.
Come on up.
Can you hold on to there? And Elliot, can you grab that one? All right, and now pull. Pull.
Perfect.
All right, good job. Keep going. Well done.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה יוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שמנו חלקנו כהם, בגורלנו ככל המנם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Close the door. And Josie, do you want to close the door? Go ahead. Go ahead and push. Good job.
Perfect.
Well done. You can go back to your seats.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
You may be seated. This time we think of those whom death has recently taken from us, and those who've died in this season in years past, and those who we draw into our hearts with our own as we remember them. If you hear the name of a loved one, you're invited to rise upon hearing their name. In the period of Shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning, we remember Barbara Rosenfield, mother of Micah Rosenfield, and Benjamin Frank, partner of Marie Gallo and Kolami member. And we also think of those in Israel who have lost their lives to terrorism or defending the state of Israel. And this week, we commemorate these Yortzite's anniversary of the passing of these loved ones: Rose Skolnick Bard, Beth Berkson, Seaman Balin, Robert Douglas Birdwell, Sigmund Brenner, Maureen Moe Cook, Denise Dobling, Juana Larios Orozco, Inge Margot Fishman, Les Getzler, Ida Frida Goldberg, Maureen Grosser, Lewis Howard, Kelsey Kam, Svetlana Kopyatovsky, Rabbi Shalom Korn, Irving Mack, Dr. Stanley Lou McGeed, Augie Maricola, George Monroe, Toya Murrock, Mark R. Pelton, Dean Penn, Max Pepper, Isaac Pepper, Alexander Sam Podolsky, Nathan Rosenblatt, Rabbi Richard Rosenthal, Kitty Rosenthal, Zelman Reusengert, Bernard Salomon, Hilda Scheinberg, Gertrude Siegel, Alexander Schneiderman, Anita Sievers, Muriel Tertz Small, Louis Stone, Bertha Strasberg, Robert Strasberg, Bernice Tuman, Julie Weil, Celia Werber, and Elliot Winkler. And if you have a name to add, I'll invite you to rise, and when I look in your direction, share with our community. If you're watching our live stream and you have a name to share, I'll invite you to do so as well. Zichronam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. If you are in mourning or it's your tradition to do so, you're invited to rise. We're on page 598. Yikadav v'ikadash shemei rabah.
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yiruteh v'imlich malchuteh. B'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayedecho be'Yisrael. Ba'agalav v'zman kariv v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam almei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemeda kudushat
B'richu.
E'ela min kol bechata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'ne'emata. Da'ami ram be'alma v'imru.
Amen.
Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav. Hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who are mourning comfort the bereaved among us. Can we say amen?
Amen.
And as we've been doing since October 7th, we'll conclude with the singing of Israel's national anthem, Hatikva. I will invite you to rise if you wish to do so.
Kol balev ha'benina, nefesh Yehudi homiya, ufatei Mizrachadima, ayin leTzion Sophia, Od Yerushalayim, Li'adam HaChofshi Be'atzeinu, Eretz Tzion v'Yerushalayim.
We'll remain standing for Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam barei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinechilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehillah lemikra'ei kodesh zecher litziat Mitzrayim kivanu b'charta yotan kidasha ikohanim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ava uvratzon hinachatanu Baruch atah Adonai b'kadesh haShabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
We have here a challah made by our good friend Moshe, perhaps the best challah in the entire state of Utah. Many will claim, I won't disagree with them. And so, let's join together for Motzi.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem mi'aretz v'te'avon.
Te'avon, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat shalom, hey Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom. Thanks again for helping out last week.
Oh, yeah, of course.